Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the second match on the final day of competition at the Hero Junior World Cup. It's fifth versus sixth. It's Belgium against Australia. Well, what a match we have in prospect here this afternoon. Belgium, one of the pre-tournament favourites, losing just the one match, that quarter-final to France. And Australia, who also have lost just the one match, the quarter-final to Germany, both sides losing by a solitary goal. And, well, had those losses fallen on different days, well, then these two could be fighting for the medals. But as it is, they didn't. They both lost in the quarter-finals, and that is why they're battling it out for fifth and sixth. Okay, as always, both sides are in the centre of the park, so let's have the national anthem starting with Belgium.
Heilig land te vaderen, onze ziel en ons hart zijn u gewend. Maar maak de kracht en de vloed van onze adem, wees dan goed dat we eens zijn. Tu vivras toujours bien et belle, plus grand dans ta son unité, gardant pour devise immortelle, le roi, la loi, la liberté, gardant pour devise immortelle, le roi, la loi, la liberté. Oh, votre aile est dorée. Oh, votre aile est dorée. Come on, guys! Let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We go there, circle always good us. Our land abounds in
Well, just to reinforce the point that had the losses come on different days, they could be battling it out for top spot. Both sides have beaten the respective finalists. Belgium beat Germany 3-1 in their opening game in the pool round. Australia beat France 2-0 in the last game of the pool round. So it just shows the fine margin between making the final and battling it out for fifth and sixth. Let's have a look at the two sides, starting with that of Belgium, a side that has scored 20 goals in this competition, only 3 though from penalty corners. Leading goal scorer for them, number 9, Maxime Plenevaux, a live wire up front, and he starts. Their short corner specialist, well, it's number 16, Alexander Hendricks. He has 3 penalty corners and a penalty stroke to his name. Well, that is not Philippe Goldberg. That is Matteo Griesbert, the replacement goalkeeper. Goldberg is in the white shirt to the left. Now, as for Australia, they have scored 14 in this competition and also 3 penalty corners. Their leading goal scorer, number 26, Dylan Wotherspoon. But the penalty corners have come from Jeremy Hayward. Cameron Joyce, number 3, is their main flicker. And their coach, or head coach, Paul Godoy. So the 2 umpires for this one, from Argentina, Fernando Gomez, who is blowing on the far side of the park, and on the near side from Malaysia, Ko Eric Kim Lai. So we're almost set for this 5th and 6th playoff match, and it will be Belgium in the all-red strip that get us underway, attacking the goal to our right-hand side. Australia in their green and gold, And for the last time here at the Hero Hockey Junior World Cup, I can say good afternoon to Cedric D'Souza. Cedric, how are we?
Fine, thank you, Charlie. It's a great match in store for us. Both playing for pride, both want to get the 5th place, and both having come off quite well in this tournament. Only one loss for either team, and that too in the quarterfinals. Each one has just lost one match, so they've really strong teams. They're very strong teams, and hopefully there'll be a good match on show today.
Well, we saw in the first match a very tired-looking match, and even Kane Russell, the player of the match in New Zealand from their win over Korea, is saying it was a tired game with lots of spaces. Do you think we'll see the same here, or do you think both sides are bristling with pride?
Basically, they've been 6 matches in 9 days, so it's taken a lot of toll on the body and on the mental frame mental frame. I think it's going to be a very tiring game again for both teams in terms of there'll be spaces available, just like the previous match of New Zealand versus Korea.
So down this right-hand side goes Zimmer. He plays diagonal ball, which Capel picks up. Capel out to Cavelier on the far side. Zimmer, first time touch to Stokbrooks. Stokbrooks pass picked up by Ogilvie. And Stokbrooks makes amend. He wins possession back. Stokbrooks down the line. Good run for the number 15. The ball back was perfect. Dalla Palma, can he get the shot away? He can, but it's into the body of an Australian, and it was going towards the goal. So rather than a 16, it's going in. That's why it's a penalty corner. And you can hear the umpire just explain, because it was a shot towards the goal, it's a penalty corner. Had it been missing the target, it would have been a 16.
Very true, because it's a rising ball coming into the circle. A shot at goal. Great run by Stokbrooks. Having come down to the baseline, looking for his player, plays a minus ball to top of the penalty spot, and a clean penalty corner for Belgium.
Yep, definitely on target. So Australia doing well not to prefer that one. Well, it's Zimmer at the top of the circle. Not Hendricks. Zimmer and Plenavo now. Plenavo to the right. It's gone to Zimmer along the ground. Keeper just about makes the save. It gets stuck under his kicker, but Australia get it clear with Cavelier threatening at the post. One of those nightmares for the keeper when you know you've made the save, but you don't see the ball come out and you realise that it's just got caught between turf and kicker.
Well, it's just one of the nightmares, and the rebound is a bigger nightmare, because it comes out of his kicker, and then it falls just right into the arms of a Belgian striker. A great save again by the keeper.
Zimmer wins the free hit off Ogilvie. And Zimmer has to move it a little bit to the right. Now let's have a look at the penalty corner, Cedric.
Well, you know, it's a flick. Butterini does well. It gets stuck in his pad, lodges in his pad, comes out of this pad, and it goes to the pusher, who pushes back into Butterini's pad and is clear.
Good work from Plenavo. Said he was a live wire. A lot cooler today in Delhi. I'm sure the 2 sets of players won't be too disappointed about that. Beal as well. Good strong run from the Australian skipper. Has the presence of mind to find Hammond. Hammond goes to ground but has won the free hit. Beal takes it quickly and they're going to come back again. It's worth pointing out actually that this ball almost comes up on the stick of Maine coming in at the far post. Like I say, it's worth pointing out Belgium a man short on the rotation. Number 10, Charles Masson, is not taking part. He's on crutches, picked up an injury earlier in the tournament. Stoke looks, comes in field, and come out, drop it to Zimmer. Zimmer over to that far side, the Belgian left. And it comes to Dalla Palma. Dalla Palma almost caught out by Main, but it's out of the pocket. And Zimmer will try and fire it up the middle of the park. And it's picked up by Beale, but a little shove from Cameron Joyce. Think on Perez. Ball in, deflection up off the stick of Hendricks. This time Australia get the 16.
The crossbar by the skipper. The ball rises off Hendricks' stick onto the Australian defender, but over the knee and a free hit for Australia.
Zimmer. Perez can't bring it under control, but a good start, a good opening 7 minutes for Belgium. Beale up his left-hand side. Cameron Joyce picked off by Hendricks. It's, Belgium win the free hit, which Joyce will take. Dawson. Noblet. Pass cut out Van Doren to Van Linthut. Van Linthut wins the first one. Not the second though. Randawa to Joyce. Joyce on the reverse stick. It's beaten everybody and it's the Belgium 16. Well, if the first 3 games of today are a little tired and a little lackluster, you can rest assured the 4th and final game of today will be anything but.
I think
Final, France and Germany.
Well, both teams are Germany trying to get its 6th win, and France coming in the first time into the final. They're going to play with their hearts out in terms of knowing that this is the opportunity to get a gold medal for their country, and it's all about winning for their country basically.
Absolutely, and I know sides will say that, oh, we've come here to win it. Realistically, France must be sort of disbelieving that they've made the final, especially when they're 4-2 down against Belgium in the quarterfinals.
Very true, but it's been a Cinderella story coming all the way to the final, and they're just hoping that this winning streak continues.
Yeah, Germany beat Belgium 8-0 at the Euro Junior Championship in 2012. I think we'll probably see a different performance from France here this evening. I certainly hope so. Van Doren sees his pass picked off by Randawa. Randawa to Dawson. Dawson has company in the shape of Perez. And Dawson continues his run. Full length dive, gets the ball up the park. But good commitment from the Australian number 4.
Both teams using the closing down very well, tracking the ball well, and as soon as the ball comes through, you can find a player running to close the gap and not allow the opposition player to have a free hit or a free pass.
Plenovo into the circle, chance here for Belgium, and then get the shot away. Penalty corner as the stick challenges rain in.
Belgium seem dangerous when they come down the flank, especially towards the baseline, stretching the defense. And I think it was Dawson who hit the stick in a penalty corner for Belgium.
Supporters like it. Right, who's at the top of the circle? Hendricks is there this time. And also Van Dam. And they look like they're going to be coming off the same castle. The castle stop of Arthur Van Doren. Hendricks the one just leaning down. Van Dam standing up. Now just crouching down. Australia taking their time. But it's Hendricks. And it's a good save from Batterini. Decent height for the keeper, but he cleared it well. He made the save and he got it out of harm's way as well.
Well, you know, you got to make the keeper work to make his save. Just pushing it onto his palm, and you know, it's close to his body, and he just uses his glove to push the ball away.
Yeah, but we've seen keepers miss those ones, and they go in. So as you say, if you get it on target, who knows what might happen? Let's have another look.
Well, it's a good flick, but it's right in the center, and Batterini didn't have much to do. But the good thing is that he palmed the ball to safety without giving a rebound.
Joyce throws the aerial, which Stuttbrooks bring under control. This is Cavelier. Cavelier with the free hit, the tackle from Justin Douglas penalised. Just trying to listen in, umpire coach, just asking a question, can't quite hear it. Something about the defence of the penalty corner from Australia. Van Doren. Plenovo, got players in front of him, but he's going to come back to Van Doren, no, to Cavelier. Cavelier has a little look up, far too close to Randhawa to play that sort of shot, and now Gilmore will lead the Australian counter-attack, but he drops it off to Kershaw. Well, Matthew Cobert, the Belgian skipper, got his fan club here. Cavelier does well. Van Dam. Van Doren. The circle edge, and good defensive work from Australia, but Belgium win it back again, and Belgium enjoying the lion's share of possession here in the early stages. Hendricks wins the free hit. Terry Hammond's got to be careful. To the circle edge goes Colbert, still there, and a penalty corner going the way of the Junior Red Lions.
Well, Matthew Colbert did very well to move with that ball into the circle. He was being closed on by two Australian defenders. He gets the ball back, wins the ball back, and actually the Australian defender lifts the ball up onto Colbert itself, and a penalty corner ensured from that.
Noblet, the player, actually from that angle it looks a bit higher, doesn't it? So third penalty corner for Belgium. All sorts of shenanigans going on in the Australia goal line. Not quite sure what's going on. Batterini's giving last minute instructions. Everyone's now they're ready. Zimmer and Hendricks. Hendricks again, low this time. Zimmer's in, it's come up. And Australia win the free hit. Masso gives away the free hit. Mandawa takes. Posselt, flicked away by Stockbrooks. Australia down in the danger zone for the first time, first concerted period of pressure anyway.
Well, a cross ball which deflected off Stockbrooks could have been dangerous for the Belgian defence, but a neat deflection by him.
Joyce to Bell on this left-hand side for Australia. One more from Bell, gets it back. Bell, Randawa, first time into the circle, dealt with nicely by Van Dam. So, well, Hendricks, sorry, gives away the free hit with the attempted flick clearance. Bell, well, it's gone through Cobert originally, but Australia penalised. Well, Belgium only just shading possession in the opponent's half, 52-48. But plenty more circle penetrations, and yes, Australia not with any shots yet as we tick past the quarter mark of this game. Van Dam has come up off Posselt and put behind.
A nice rotation,
for a long corner.
Nice switch and rotation by the Belgium team, switching the ball from the left all the way to the right and a cross ball into the circle. Dealt very well by the Australian defence.
Van Dam does well. Benavo. Corner off Randawa. Van Doren. Quite get the angle on the pass. Cavalier unable to keep it in. It's the other player on the far side trying to get on the end of Van Doren's pass. Van Doren does well. Dropped out by Thierry. Della Palma, Van Dam, and Doren has to throw the aerial because he's under pressure. Joyce misses it, and Cavalier didn't anticipate.
Well, Van Doren seems to be everywhere in attack as well as defense, giving these lovely, beautiful passes that he does, defense-spreading passes. He's a class act, is Van Doren.
Similar to Matthias Müller, the German captain. There's that holding role and just pulls the strings for his side.
We've got a few of these players in the Junior World Cup who've shown great maturity, great vision, and composure.
Yeah, Bovendijk, the Dutch captain, is another that springs to mind. You like him, don't you?
Class act, absolute class act. He's my choice of the man of the tournament.
Ooh, letting that one out the bag early, Cedric. Have to see how the votes are counted. Came second on my list. I won't tell you who I put at top.
I can guess who you put on top, Charlie. My second choice.
Australia, having weathered that early Belgium storm, just starting to get a foothold in the game. Van Doren gets the bottom edge, and Van Dam had to be absolutely spot on. In fact, it was Romboots, excuse me, who had to keep a watchful eye on that. Nice pass to Cavalier, space for the Belgian number 8 to run into the 25. Cavalier still going, wins a free hit. Joyce as well, and then loses out on the edge of the circle. Cavalier to Van Dam. Little touch from Thierry, but Australia have the free hit. Jeremy Hayward saying something to the umpire that he didn't like, or the umpire didn't like. Posselt does well at full stretch, wins the free hit.
Charlie, I like to see both teams doing a high press and just holding back. This is a question of the 5th and 6th place, trying to win a game. High press we do put the defense under pressure, especially because both teams are very quick.
Posselt. Oh, that's a lazy challenge from Van Linthout. Douglas just losing out. And Van Doren's trotting off for a well-earned rest. No, he's not, because the ball's coming this way. It was coming to the Belgian right. And sadly, Stockbrooks was the player that was supposed to be replacing Van Doren, but he couldn't play that lovely pass because he was a substitute waiting to come on. And now Stockbrooks will come on for Van Doren. It was a beautiful pass.
A lovely defense spreading pass right across from his deep in his circle, right across to the right hand side. Lovely pass, and with power and with accuracy.
I'm actually surprised it doesn't happen more often, actually, with all the subs lining up on the sideline. It can be quite confusing for a player, especially when they're standing right on the line as the ball comes across the Australia circle, and Australia get it clear, but only half clear. This is Thierry. Yeah, as a defender looks up, he sees the colour of his own shirt, he plays it out to the right-hand side, and to his surprise, his teammate just lets it go, keeps his stick in his hand. Zimmer, Dalapama turns, runs into spot of bother, and gives away the free hit. Oh, good hunting from Zimmer. Zimmer got space to his left-hand side. Follow-up goal! And Australia concede. They were scrambling to keep the ball out, but it was just one opportunity too many for Belgium. And I think it could be Van
Great steal on the
Linthout.
50-yard line. Great steal on the 50-yard line. Comes through the defense. There's a lovely through pass. Saved the Butley the first time.
Nice
Exactly by the
Penavo.
defense. Yes, and Penavo puts the ball inside the goal.
Well, Planovo gets his 6th goal of the tournament. And Belgium get the lead that they probably deserve, just on the balance of play, and they could double it. That's a fine save from Batterini off Maxime Capel.
Batterini did really well by coming out and closing out the angle and then throwing his body and deflecting the ball out of the stick of Maxime Capel.
Play on as Roberts gets a lazy tackle from Douglas. Stokbrooks. Nice little piece of skill from Stokbrooks. Zimmer. Ron Boots down to the baseline, across it comes. And, misses Hendricks. And Australia try and counter. Belgium, they commit men forwards, but they get back very quickly as well, don't they?
Yeah, especially in the 6th game of this tournament when their bodies should be tired. They're still getting back very quickly into defense. Actually, both teams are doing it.
Let's have another look at the goal. All came as Beale was dispossessed on the halfway line by Zimmer. Good run from Zimmer. And a nice pass. Perez does well. And well, Robert Bell was the player on the ground for Australia. Batterini couldn't keep it out in the end. Now, is there to be a chance? Well, it fell to the man that Australia would have wanted it to fall to. Dylan Wotherspoon, their leading goal scorer, and he's won a penalty corner.
Great strength on the ball by Wotherspoon, and he hits his ball in the goal and hits the Belgian defender on the foot and a penalty corner.
Yeah, off the stick of Van Dam into the legs of Stokbrooks, and Australia, well, we'll be looking to Cameron Joyce, the big number 3 you can see in the huddle, to draw them level with 7 minutes to go before the half-time break. So Belgium ready. Hayward, Joyce, Dawson's also there, the number 4. Joyce is the middle of those 3. Now he's the one on the left as Dawson drops out. It's come to Joyce, who fires it wide.
There was a lot of power on that flick, and it went off. It was about a foot away from the goalpost.
But a lot of these teams, they line their castle up in a dead line with the right-hand post of the keeper, the left as they're looking. So any sort of tug on the ball is going to take it outside the goal. If they were just still a foot inside, but the problem could be they've worked out where the rub and the nap on that end is, because it bobbles a lot down that left-hand end as we look, doesn't it, at short corner push-outs for the stop.
It's very true, and you know, by moving the castle towards the left, towards the right-hand side, you tend to make the second battery and the first battery close together, so they spread it out slightly wider. And you're right in terms of moving if you move the battery slightly, it will avoid the small bubble that comes up from the first battery, from the normal usage and wear and tear on the pitch.
Joyce has picked up a knock. As he goes to ground, he's hit by his own stick. Tackle is from Luca Masso. Oh, it's at the hand here of Ron Boots. So, well, the pair making a very slow exit from the pitch, hence why we haven't restarted play. Still waiting for Physio and Joyce to leave the pitch, which they've now done. Dawson. And Stockbrooks picks out the pass. So Douglas wins it back. Dawson to Hayward. Dawson, Kershaw to his left, goes to Randhawa, gets it back. Now into the midfield and back once more. Randhawa, will he turn? Yes, he will. Now he finds Kershaw on this right-hand side, back to Randhawa. Randhawa up against Hendricks. And Belgium have the free hit, which Van Doren quickly takes to Masso. Cobert, the Belgian captain, up the line it goes, but not reading his intentions with Masso and or Hendricks. Good pressure from Australia. But, Zimmer just about does enough. Very tight masking. And it almost comes off for Belgium, but it's off Cobert to give Noblet and Australia the free hit.
But Charlie, both teams are closing on spaces very well. And every time a ball carriers the ball, there are 2 or 3 players just putting pressure on him. So he doesn't get the options to pass the ball very easily. Hurting him into kind of a pass, which could be a turnover.
Van Doren, little aerial lob to Della Palma. Zimmer to Van Doren. Pass is intercepted. And Australia will look to try and get an equaliser in these final 3 minutes of the first half. Randhawa. That's that right-hand side where Hayward will throw the aerial. It's too big.
But Charlie, I think if both teams use the width of the pitch, that's the time when they get dangerous. Instead of hitting the ball to the center, it's switching the game from the flanks and trying to find the width as much as possible.
Toss-outs in space down this left flank. So it's with Hayward in the right back position. Now Dawson. Dawson carries it towards the halfway line. Randhawa out to Bell. And Capel gives away the free hit. Randhawa will leave it into the final 2 minutes of the first 35. And Belgium leading Australia by a 1-0. The goal scorer, number 9, Maxime Plenevaux. Can Australia find the equaliser for the break? Main chips it. Up off the Belgium stick. Tamely given away by Australia in the Belgian 25. Wow. Parco giving it to Australia, and Belgian players seemingly unimpressed. Cedric, as we see Paul Godoy on his haunches, waiting for the half-time break, which is shortly upon us. Belgium probably worthy of their lead, considering they've been the more attack-minded, haven't they? They've had more of the possession, seem to have done more with it.
They've had more shots at goal also, Charlie. Batrini's done well in goal to restrict the score to 1-0. Belgium are worthy winners in the first half.
And they could add to their advantage here. Lovely ball now. Capel, well, trying to play it back in towards Hendricks, but that was a Van Doren special pass, wasn't it?
A fantastic pass from the right through the defense to the left-hand side. Incredible, switching the game from one side to the next.
Perez in plenty of space. 10 seconds left, and that will be that in the first period. There is the half-time hooter, and it's Belgium who are in front in this 5th-6th playoff match. They lead by a goal to nil, dominating the first 35 minutes. They got the breakthrough with about 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Maxime Plenevaux on hand to score his 6th field goal of the tournament, but Andrew Battarini in the Australian goal has had a fine opening 35 minutes, a number of decent saves, and that is why his side are only 1 down. The reserve goalkeeper, Ed Chittleborough, is between the sticks. I think he's going to be warmed up in the half-time interval. It'll be interesting to see if he comes out to start the second half for the Boroughs. But at half-time, Belgium in the driving seat of this match. The score reads Belgium 1, Australia 0. Welcome back, everybody. Half-time in this match between Belgium and Australia, and Maxime Plenevaux. The difference between the two sides. Don't forget our social media platforms, facebook.com/FI Hockey, or on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @FIH_hockey. Use the hashtag HJWC if you want to get in contact with us, or just let us know what you think of the tournament, who's going to win this match, who's going to be the champions. Can Germany make it 6? Can they retain their title? Can France get their first ever Junior World Cup title? Well, we'll find out at around 9:30 this evening, but let's have a look at the highlights from this opening period. And but Butterini in the Australia goal, by far the busier of the two, making a good save there. More comfortable one the second time round. And then another decent save, but Flamand in the Belgian goal has had very little to do. Australia sort of coming into it towards the end of the first half, but this is the goal. Beal, the captain, robbed on the halfway line by Zimmer. Nice little pass by Zimmer to Perez. Perez shot, stopped, saved the second shot by Butterini, but Plenevaux there to put in the rebound. Good first save, good second save, but sadly they couldn't keep it out a third time. Then towards the end of the first half there could have been a second, but Butterini was out very quickly and down very sharply to deny Maxime Plenevaux. Then Maxime Capel, and then just at the end Cameron Joyce had an opportunity to draw Australia level, but he dragged his short corner flick just wide of the post. So this is what the stats look like. The possession dominated by Belgium, 56-44. Circle penetrations, well, you'd expect more from Belgium, and there are more, 7-3. More shots as well, 5-1. And therefore, not really a surprise that Belgium lead by a 1-0, but no penalty corners scored from the 4 that we've had in the match so far. Well, the Aussie fans, a bit of prayer going on maybe. They want their side to get back on level terms. Let's have a look now at, I think we've got to look at the leading goal scorers. You can there, Sung Ju Yu of Korea with 8, Christopher Ruhe of Germany with 8, Kane Russell with 7. So Plenevaux's got to play, so has Van Baal, Heevendahl and Brinkman, but Christopher Ruhe, he'll be taking to the final, the pitch in the final match. Scored in every game for Germany in this tournament. He really has had an exceptional tournament, and they've been key goals as well. And when he's not scoring the key goals, he's setting up the key goals. So a very influential player for Germany. Sung Ju Yu didn't score in the first game today against New Zealand, which Korea lost by 4-2, so he can't improve on 8. But maybe Ruhe will get one to give him the outright lead in the goal-scoring stats. Well, Cedric D'Souza still alongside me. Cedric, the Australian fans looking on, what do you think? You know Paul Goodwin, what do you think he would have been saying to his troops in the break?
Well, he would ask them to do this high press, which I've been talking about. He'd be asked them to win the 1 versus 1v1, and then do a quick pass instead of carrying the ball so much. Ask them to go down the flanks and not just firing to the center only. Needs to switch the game much more and use the side opposite of the ball side.
Just jump in there, Cedric. Just confirmation that Ed Chittleborough has replaced Andrew Butterini in the Australia goal. Sorry.
And last but not least, he would ask them to use the baseline much more, especially especially towards on the right-hand side.
Well, no change in the Belgium goal. Arnaud Flamand continues to stand between the sticks, and both sides are out. They're going to have to wait a little longer before the second half can get underway, but Australia have 35 minutes in which to turn this one around. Can they find 1 or 2 goals in this second half? We'll find out soon enough. And Australia get the second half underway, attacking the goal to our right-hand side. And this is Dan Beale, the skipper, who takes the ball into Belgian territory before his opposite number, Matthew Cobert, slides in to get the ball out of play. In terms of Philippe Goldberg, what do you think he was saying to the Belgian players? More of the same?
Well, he would ask them to push up a little bit more, you know, in terms of their attack. Instead of getting back into defense or getting back all into defense, he pushed 2 or 3 strikers way up into the circle and stretched the Australian defense, and then use the counter ball against Australia, because Australia pushes up a lot into attack. A lot of players, when they are attacking, they use the counter ball against the Aussies.
Guess who made that pass? Cavalier can't hit the target, but it all started with an Arthur Van Doren special out of the left pocket.
Well, a lovely ball from Arthur Van Doren right across the pitch to the right striker, who takes a shot at goal. Goalkeeper did well to come out and just close the angle.
And they were good angles, weren't they, from Chittlebrook? But Van Doren with an absolutely wonderful reverse stick path that just completely opened up the Australian defence. Cobert. As Witherspoon for company, and Australia win it back. This is Posselt. And there is Van Doren once again, standing in front of his defence, tidying up. Cobert can get his stick on it, but it just rebounded too far in front of him, and now Dan Beale goes around Dalla Palma, and Doran across to put the Australian skipper off, and his challenge means that Beale's cross falls to a player in red. Benavo just ran out of options there. Now this is Main. Has a little look up. It's rather an aimless pass, which Van Doren picks up. Van Doren does read the game exceptionally well, doesn't he? Just always seems to track the ball.
Well, he's in the right place at the right time. Apart from that, he's also a great distributor of the ball. He's got fantastic vision, and he's got an uncanny knack of being, at the right place whenever he's in defence too.
Well, a chance here though for Australia. If they can get the shot away. Well, there's some good tackling as well done. Just as the trigger was about to be pulled by Posselt, the whistle is blown. And it's in. And Australia are level. It's Beale on the far post who's getting the congratulations, but it's a scrappy goal from a Belgian point of view. Australia won't care much, but the skipper gets his side back on level terms.
Great use of the baseline. The ball deflects into the path of Beale. He just taps the ball inside in the goal.
And Belgium just caught napping at the free hit. So, 39 minutes, it's Belgium 1, Australia 1, Beale with his third goal of the tournament. Australia looking for more. Van Doren with a great pick. Suddenly the energy level just seems to have gone up, doesn't it, from Australia?
Well, the Aussies have got the wind in their sails ever since scoring that goal, and they seem to be putting a little more pressure on the ball. One of the comments Paul Goodwin said to me the other day was the fact that the team is really very fit and they last out this entire tournament.
Roberts taken out. That wasn't intentional. And not a five. So having got away with the first one, he doesn't get away with the second one. And Justin Douglas, I think, picks up another green card for Australia. His first of the tournament, but Australia's 10th. It is Justin Douglas who's picked up the card. Chance, and it's through the legs of Chittelbrough, and Van Lintert gives Belgium the lead a minute after Australia are reduced to 10.
Well, the ball which deflects off the Australian number 4 Dawson. It goes on to Lindhout, who takes a shot and goes right through the back, through the gate of Chittelbrough. Nice strength on the ball by Lindhout.
And Chittelbrough will certainly feel he should have done better. And you just saw that he was leaning on his stick after the ball went through, the weight on his back, on his heels.
But how right you are, Charlie, in terms of a team scoring a goal when one man down. It's happened so often in this tournament.
Well, I can tell you, as Australia look to get back on level terms, it's Van Doren who's scored at the top of the circle. I can tell you actually, well, it has happened a lot. It's only the second time Australia have conceded a goal while down to 10. They conceded one of the 4 against Germany when they had a player off. And in fact, Belgium, the only goal they conceded when they were down to 10 was also against Germany. So France had better be wary a little later on today. In fact, France have conceded 7 goals in this tournament when they've been short-handed.
Well done, Charlie.
I had nothing to do last night. Mass was never my strong point. I was obviously up too late. It's actually 4 goals that they've conceded when they've been short-handed. But still, it's a number of goals, isn't it? Van Doren to go to Stockbrooks, who puts it in. And Chittelbrough in the right place this time, but the whistle had already gone. The other thing that struck me during this tournament is when one team scores, how quickly they can concede. I mean, when you score, you want sort of 5 minutes of solid hockey, so you don't let the other side back into it. And well, Australia got level on 39, and then they're behind again on 42. So not even parity for 3 minutes, which must be a cause of frustration for any coach. In this instance, Paul Goodwin. Wotherspoon now in round the back. In a dangerous position, good pull back, but really good defending by Stockbrooks, but he puts it onto one of his own players' foot, and it is a penalty corner.
A good pick by Stockbrooks, but he plays the ball and deflects with the Australian number 7
Douglas,
and it plays onto the foot of Kershaw. Sorry, not Kershaw, but Roberts.
Now Joyce joins the strong at the top of the circle. Hayward, Dawson also there. Dawson, I think, will just break away to the left. Dawson is the right arm you can see on the left of the screen. There he is, number 4. And Dawson, I imagine, is now going to just shift round to the left. For this. Yeah, there he goes, he's moving now. And it's Joyce, low, good save, Armand, a clean shot. And Hayward follows up to beat Flamand down to his right-hand side. And Belgium are in the lead. 3 minutes.
The penalty corner. Joyce flicks the ball. A good save by Flamand. But the ball goes straight back to Hayward's. And a lovely shot in the far corner of the goal.
Yeah, from that sort of distance when Hayward's getting full connectivity with it, it's very difficult to stop. He passed him before he even saw it. A lead of 4 minutes, in fact. An early call for a shootout from Cedric D'Souza alongside me in the box. We'll wait and see, but it's been a very interesting game, this one. It's been very open, both sides with opportunities. Here's another one for Australia, and they lead through the legs of Flamand, and it's 2 in 90 seconds for Australia. And from 1-0 down and 2-1 down, they now lead 3-2.
A fantastic aerial ball by Joyce, by Cameron Joyce, and a great hit from top of the circle.
I think they're referring for a high stick.
No. They're referring. All right, I know. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. No. You can. Yeah. Move away. Take a step back. Take a step back. Take a step back. Back.
It's all getting a little bit heated down there, and if you thought it didn't matter, well, that just proves it does.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Well, Australia complain it's a little late. I think they go for the high stick.
I'm not sure about it. No. Please, I work hard. Yes, I can hear you. The Belgium player is aiming for the ball above the shoulder.
Okay, I'm checking to see if the ball was played above the shoulder.
Bruce Bell of England in the video umpire's box, and well, they're looking for a high stick. I thought that it might be. I think this here from Douglas is high. Well, it's head height, isn't it?
Hi, Eric, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
I have a decision for you. It's a defensive free hit. Belgium keeps their referral.
And it was in the 23 confirm?
That's correct. It was above the head, the shoulder, inside the 23-meter area.
Okay, correct. Okay. Right, so guys, video says high, defensive free hit.
So Australia have the goal chalked out, and Paul Godoy is less than impressed. Well, Dan Beale down on the Australia bench is just having a word with the technical officials, just asking how long between goal and referral. It was pretty close to being the maximum amount of time allowed. My initial thought when I saw Douglas bring it down was that it was high, but Australia might still get their third goal here. Hendricks just about gets it clear, and it's Australia's turn to have the upper hand in this match. Noblet taking it quickly, but not from the right place. Now Joyce is in the right spot. Noblet. Randawa gets robbed by Hendricks. Hendricks got Plenovo in support. This is Plenovo, and then Colbert. And it's outside of the court, and it will be taken by Masso. Ball pace just dropped a little from Belgium. That's a nice pass, in it comes. Dara gets a stick on it, but it was already too high.
Could be a matter of fatigue. Both teams have played as well as they could have, but the ball speed has definitely deteriorated.
Ball speed may not have disintegrated, but Australia's running. The ball speed may have gone down, but Australia's running certainly has not. Three of them there, Van Randoren trying to force the error, and they turn possession over again. And Belgium might start to flag in these final 20 minutes.
Australia definitely looks the fitter of the two teams. They're still running themselves ragged, trying for every ball, putting a lot of pressure on the Belgian players.
Not Douglas, the player who's had the goal chalked out. Cavalier just runs straight into Posselt, who releases Ogilvie. Ogilvie up the line looking for Gilmore. Gilmore does well, Ogilvie still going. There's all sorts of timber going in on here. And eventually the penalty corner is given now. Are they going to refer this?
No.
Structure again.
No, well, I thought there that Zimmer was going to refer it, but they haven't in the end. Let's have another look. Well, that was the last part of the incident. There was obviously an Australian foot in there, but the foul had come before that. So Joyce is there, as you can see, so is Kershaw, but Joyce, I'm sure, will take this on. It is Joyce into the keeper's pads and comfortably cleared by Van Doren, but it's not out. Into the circle it goes, and Australia is still pushing. They've got the defensive free hit. Zimmer with a really cool head there in front of goal to trap the ball and get it out the circle when it was bouncing. And Belgium had the free hit. Australia down that far side with Kane Posselt, who wins the free hit. Drops it out, but stolen by Van Lunthout to Perez. This is Hendricks. Almost sells his teammate short, but Capel just does enough to get there. And Joyce gets into... That was the green card being shown. An Australian player. Luke Noblet. Came cross up, couldn't quite see. The last time Australia picked up a green, they conceded a goal. Here is Beale. Beale. Now given away by Van Doren. And it's Luke Noblet who's picked up the green card. (16) for Belgium.
It looks like just both teams is becoming a midfield battle now more than shots at goal. It's a bit scrappier and confined to the midfield. There's not much penetration by either team at the moment.
Zimmer trying to split the Australian midfield, but he can't. Not cleanly anyway. Here is Zimmer. 15 minutes to go in this 5th-6th playoff match. Belgium 2, Australia 2. Australia twice coming from a goal down. They thought they'd taken the lead when Justin Douglas found the net, but a very late referral from Belgium proved to be a correct referral, and the goal was chalked off for a high stick earlier in proceedings. Gilmore punished for being too close to Zimmer. This is Hendricks. Still going Hendricks, wins the free hit. Palmer loses possession. Gilmore. Roberts at full stretch. There's a chance here for Australia, and deflected across the face of goal by Gilmore after it's rattled into the circle by Casey Hammond.
Well, a nice cross ball by Casey Hammond. I think Gilmore was not in the right angle to deflect that ball inside. He tried his best, but there was no way that it would have gone in the goal.
Unless he was trying to find Frank Main, who was coming in at the far post. I think maybe that could have been his intention, but here is Main now. Cavalier does well. Belgium lose possession deep in their half. Dalla Palma gives away the free hit. This is Hammond. Still Australia's ball. And ushered past his post by Flamon as it comes off the stick of Van Doren.
Well, Australia trying to hit these long balls inside, but the entire Belgium defense is standing. Should be able to switch the game first, change the point of attack, and then fire the balls inside. You get more gaps.
Chance here though, Randara, if he can find the first pass, then they're in, but Dalla Palma recovers really well. Australia sent a third goal here, and Hayward penalised for hitting a rolling ball. The umpires have been tight on that in the last couple of days of competition. Oh, Dan Bill, good skill from Dan Bill. Still good play from the Australia captain. Dan Bill, wow, gets the penalty corner. And it was a wonderful run from the skipper.
Skipper Dan Bill gets the ball in his own 25-yard line, weaves through the whole defense, runs all the way into the 25, into that 25, is hacked down by the... was not Van Doren, it was Van Doren. And then a penalty corner shot by that rough tackle. Actually, it was Thierry Dorain who did that. It was Thierry Dorain who infringed Daniel Beale and got a penalty corner for Australia.
So, Australia, who have been second best for, I would say, probably about 60% of the match so far, are certainly the stronger side now. They are finishing the stronger. We said they were very fit. We thought they might be fitter than Belgium, and it could be proving to be the case here. Well, little move now. Where's this going to go to? It's gone to the right, Castle. It's been put over by Kershaw. And we're going again.
Well, the flick is high and true, but it's going to the center of the goal. It wasn't going to the corners, and the first charger gets on his body and a penalty corner, re-penalty corner.
Maxim Capel running absolutely down the barrel of that flick. Okay, what are Australia going to do here? Hayward and Kershaw still there, so is Dawson. Dawson moves out. Kershaw. Good running by the number one runner. Couldn't quite hear what the umpire's saying. Now, what are they asking? I think it's just the injection. Oh, on the line. Belgium complain the ball's not on the line. Small things. Hayward and Kershaw again at the top. Kershaw nearest to the camera when we pan back from the stand. There you go. Now maybe Dawson might be taking over. Here's Dawson. Oh no, and Main couldn't stop it now. Kershaw receives a yellow card, or Dawson, sorry, receives a yellow card for kicking the ball away. It's the fourth yellow for Australia in this competition. Paul Godoy is doing his absolute nut. He's lobbed his cap over the back of the Australia bench. He's chatting to himself, he's walking around, he's lifting his hands above his head. Cedric, I'll probably give him 5 minutes before you go and see him after the game. Down to Van Doren. It's been a while since Belgium have been on the attack, but they are looking for a leading goal here with 7:30 remaining. It's a tired pass from Van Doren that's picked off. Douglas up the park to Main. Main up against Hendricks. Hendricks does well. Finds Zimmer. Zimmer back to Hendricks. No, Hayward picks it up. Oof, sharp take from Randhawa, but the ball to Main is too far in front of the Australian number 6, and Dawson has a 5-minute rest.
Well,
this is why. Yeah, just knocks it away. Knew what he was doing. Now I'm just wondering whether Godoyne's disappointment is with his number 4 or with the decision.
Well, I think it was number 4 definitely, because it was a straight yellow card for kicking the ball away and not allowing Belgium to start the game quickly.
An easy decision for umpire Coe. Well, now his despair is with the umpire's decision. Randhawa, a little touch on from Hammond. It was a good touch, it took the pace off the ball, allowed Bell to get there. Bell to Hammond towards the edge of the circle where Douglas is trying to make something happen, and a well-timed jab tackle from Zimmer gets it out for a long corner, which Hammond will take. Hammond into the circle, and Flamond comes, but it's gone out for a 16. 5.5 minutes to go, and Australia looking the more likely to score the winner, you would say. Would you not?
Yes, definitely, because they're playing with more gusto, they're playing with more purpose. But having said that, it's a beautiful ball from Van Doren again, all the way down from the left to the right-hand side.
Zimmer coming.
Switch.
Supports Stockbrook. Zimmer into the circle. Randhawa with a good stick. Hendricks wins the free hit, which Van Doren will take. Chance here. Yeah, good defending, sharp defending. Luke Noblet with the well-timed tackle. Oh no, Noblet's got it away. Perez! Oh wow! What was Luke Noblet thinking about? A square ball, and there's a green card being picked up by Hayward for back chat. But Perez with a golden opportunity to win it for Belgium. And Australia now down to 9. Good defending from Gilmore. Well, I'm not sure he's 5. I don't think Perez is 5. And that's what Hayward was complaining about.
He had every reason to complain.
He's still not 5. He's inside the dotted line, and the ball's outside the circle.
What are the umpires
Australia,
doing?
I can certainly see why Australia are feeling a little disappointed. At other places on the park, I can understand why it's hard to see why players aren't 5. But when the ball's on the circle edge and the player defending it isn't on the dotted line,
It's a 5-yard actually. It's definitely 5-yard. He's got to be away, and it should be a foul against him or a card against him.
Roberts now. Australia up to 10 now. So they're only down to 9 for a split second. And now Roberts is going to pick up. It's a rather distasteful finish to this game. And Cobert's just come off the park and had a word with Roberts, probably along the lines of, what are you thinking about? when an Australian player's just been given a green card for back chat, why would you then go and back chat with the umpires yourself? Well, we're 2 minutes 25 seconds away from a shootout here, which seems the most likely outcome right now, having looked like Australia were going to be the winners, or likely to score the winning goal. Is there to be a late twist in the final 2 minutes? Roberts with a green card, a 5th green card of the competition for Belgium. Australia looking to break. Oh no, well that wasn't the pass, and this is the chance, and it's just run away from Douglas. They still get the chance, they'll get the penalty corner. Posselt wanted to pull the trigger. Oh, with 117, surely you refer this. Surely you refer this.
Sorry about that, guys.
But it was a clean infringement by the Belgian players. The ball rose onto off his stick, onto the body of his stick.
I think what Stockbridge is saying, he tries to challenge and the foot gets in his way. I don't know, but if you've got a challenge, you're in the final minute, you may as well use it. You never know. Well, here is the chance for Australia to steal this game. So Cameron Joyce to the right, Hayward, who's back on the left, Castle. Hayward and Joyce, who's going to step up and take this one. It's gone to Hayward, and it's a good save by Flamand. And there's 10 seconds remaining. Australia, one last throw of the dice. In it comes, deflected behind by Stockbridge. And that will be that. That is the final hooter. And we are going to a shootout. Belgium and Australia cannot be separated after 70 minutes of play. Well, Belgium took the lead through Plenavo before Australia equalised through Dan Bill. Belgium in front again, courtesy of Van Linshout. That lead did not last long, about 3 or 4 minutes before Hayward equalised from a penalty corner. Perez had a great opportunity to win it for Belgium, but he could fire just straight at the keeper when just clean through after dispossessing Posselt from a 16, and then at the death, Australia had a chance with a penalty corner, but Flamand made a good save. So we're going to a shootout because the final score reads Belgium 2, Australia 2. Well, Cedric, 2-2, and Australia certainly having the better of the end part of that match and doing enough to force the shootout.
Well, they could have actually won this match if they converted their chances, especially in the last 10-15 minutes when they had more of the ball and much more of play. And well, we called it a shootout a long time ago in the beginning of the second, and we called it a shootout for these teams.
Okay, let's have a look at the highlights then of this second half. And well, this is the first Australian goal. Zimmer unable to get it clear, and Beale sticking it in, but there was good work down that right-hand side. Then the lead lasted 3 minutes before this happened. Van Linshout onto the reverse stick, and a moment that Ed Chittlebrough won't want to see again. But that lead didn't last too long before a good save first up from Flamand, and Hayward followed up and drilled it home from close. Now, Australia did have the ball in the net. They thought they were in front when Justin Douglas fired in, but a very late review from Belgium proved to be a decisive one because it was a high stick. And that's what was found. This is a chance for Perez. But he really should have done better than that. Yes, okay, he got it on target, which is what we have asked players to do. But this keeper made a save, it was too high. So here are the stats of this 5th-6th playoff match. Belgium shading possession, but Australia really coming back into it towards the end of the match. Same number of circle penetrations, same number of shots. So it's only fair, it's the same number of goals. But look at that, only 1 from 7 penalty corners. Australia will be a little bit disappointed with that conversion rate. So Cedric, looking at that, you'd say it's no real surprise it ended at 2-2, but that 1 from 7 conversion rate, there you go. Max Plenevau's taking the first shootout, but from those stats, Cedric, no real surprise that we've gone to the shootout, although both sides had chances to win it.
Well, even Stevens by the stats, and both teams really playing very competitive hockey, but basically very equal in their tasks. So it was a good result of 2-2 and a shootout to be held just now.
Our 3rd shootout of the competition. Belgium will be looking to their keepers, and I think that Butterini is now going back in goal for Australia. So the players walking forward for Belgium are Plenevaux, Cobert, Capel, Van Doren and Cavelier. For Australia, Hayward is there, Dawson, Joyce. Now, Beale is also there, and I can't see the last one. It might well be Douglas. He's standing with Paul Godoy now, but Beale is stepping forward. The Belgian supporters are moving down to the far end of the stand, along with the Australians, to watch this penalty shootout. No, it's going to be Wotherspoon who's going to be the 5th taker. But first up, it's Beale, the Australian captain. Beale against Arnaud Flamand. Who's going to come out on top of this little battle? Okay, he's being asked to move. So Beale up against Flamand. Beale's got to be careful. I mean, Flamand's got to be careful, but Beale does exceptionally well.
Well, the keeper came off the line very quickly, got into the penalty spot very fast, which is exactly what he's supposed to do. But there was actually a great save by him, but with a stick check, if he had saved that ball, it would have been a penalty stroke against him. But Beale put the ball into the goal, and it's 1-0 to Australia.
So Plenevaux, the first up for Belgium. Australia 1-0 to the good in this shootout. Best of 5. Can Plenevaux make it 1-1? Here we go. Up against Butterini, who's now back in goal for Australia. Plenevaux, who's had a good tournament, makes it 1-1.
But Butterini comes out, closes the angle well, commits, actually slips. Otherwise he'd have got that ball probably, because he dived very well on the right-hand side. But Plenevaux put the ball into an open goal.
So next up, it's Beale. Tension on the Australian faces. Beale up against Flamand, onto the reverse stick. Swings round on a sixpence through the keeper's legs, but wide. And Cameron Joyce misses the target.
Well, the kicker comes out well, he stays his ground, and Joyce tries to put the ball through the legs of the keeper, but he pushes the ball wide.
So this is Maxime Capel. Still 1-1, but Australia have one miss up against their record. So Capel against Batterini. Shapes for the quick one. Good work from Batterini, and a good response from the Australian keeper. And the two number threes miss their shootout attempts.
But Batterini does very well. He moves, he comes out, he puts the ball with the stick, and then on the reverse of the stick, and then covers up again into the circle. And before the hit is taken, he pads the ball out.
So this is Wotherspoon, leading goal scorer for Australia in this competition. Can he find a shootout goal? Oh yes, he can. Lovely piece of skill by Dylan Wotherspoon, made it look ever so easy. A little smile of relief.
When Wotherspoon comes forward, the goalkeeper comes forward, and he rounds the keeper and just puts the ball into an empty net.
He was far more direct, wasn't he? Much quicker than the others we've seen. Here is Van Doren. 2-1 now, Australia. One miss apiece. 8 seconds, remember, each player. Van Doren up against Batterini. Van Doren doesn't seem to be that quick, I have to say. Taking his time, Batterini makes the save, and you could tell just by the execution, it was just not fast enough. First thing Van Doren's done wrong all day, really.
When Van Doren comes in, and Batterini just closes on the angle, stays, doesn't commit, stays, and then Van Doren knew the clock was ticking and put the ball, and Batterini saves the ball with his pads.
So this is a really big opportunity for Matthew Dawson. If he scores here, Belgium cannot afford to miss. You put them 3-1 up, and Belgium have 2 remaining. Dawson spins on a sixpence and will score. Well, that's what Cameron Joyce was trying to do, but failed to execute it properly. Dawson does it perfectly.
When the keeper falls, he doesn't sidestep. That's one of the problems that he's having. If he sidesteps, he'll close out the angle, but by diving, he commits himself and gives an open net.
So, it's up to Matthew Cobert, the Belgium captain, to score here. If he misses, then Australia win by 3-1. Cobert against Batterini. Who will come out on top? Cobert draws the dive from the keeper. He's round, and that's really cool stuff from the skipper. And Jeremy Hayward, who must have been hoping that Cobert would miss, now has to step up and has the opportunity to win it for Australia.
But Cobert does well. He rounds the keeper, comes back, twists and turns. Keeper commits himself, falls, and then lifts the ball into the goal.
Just shows 8 seconds is a lot longer than you think, isn't it?
But he just made it in the nick of time. You know, yes, it's long, 8 seconds, especially if it's a direct route.
So, Jeremy Hayward to win the match for Australia. There's nothing that the Belgian players can do now except Arnaud Flamand. Hayward against Flamand. Hayward has missed. Hayward has missed. So step forward, Dimitri Cavelier, to level it up and send us to sudden death.
Well, Arnaud Flamand comes out, and I don't know what the Australian player was doing, whether he wanted to round it or not, but he missed the ball completely and went out of sidelines.
But it's still not over, because Australia are leading by 3-2, and Cavelier, if he doesn't score here, will gift the game to Australia. So both sides have missed 2, with 1 still to go. for Belgium and Cavelier. Cavelier up against Butterini. Cavelier onto the reverse stick side. He's going to spin, he's going to shoot. Good work from Butterini. The shot needs to go away. No, he didn't score in time. And Cavelier scores, but the goal is ruled out now. They're asking to go upstairs, but the umpire's decision, I think...
There is no team referral for Shootout. There's no team referral. No, there's no team referral for Shootout. Sorry.
No team referral. Now, well, Van Doren's accepted it, the others have not. And that is it. It's finished. And Cavelier gets the ball in the net, but not in time. And Australia win it by 3-2 in the shootout, having drawn 2-2 in 70 minutes of play. Well, real disappointment for Belgium, but Australia come from 2 down, or come from 1 down twice in full time to force the shootout. You can see that Cavelier can't believe it, but Butterini had a really good shootout, stayed on his feet a lot more than Arnaud Flamand, and in the end does enough to put off Cavelier and win the match for Australia. Well, what a finish to the game, our 3rd penalty shootout, and Australia have won it. And I'm just watching the Belgian players come off the park here, and I'm just wondering if we've got a replay of the final shootout from Cavelier, the man in your screen there. Let's have a look. Takes his time. And you can hear the whistle go. It'd be fascinating to know where that ball is from the side as it goes in. Let's see if we've got another angle. Philippe Goldberg can't quite believe it, but that's the way it is. And well, a little smile on Goldberg's face. And Australia, they have their team photograph being taken. And Cedric, your thoughts on that?
Well, you know, on that last, you're talking about the last flick, is it? The last shootout? Well, I think the whistle went when the ball was already in the air, and I think it crossed the line. It hadn't hit the board yet, but it crossed the line. So it was very thin line between the goal or not.
That is close. That is very close. I mean, it was a very long 8 seconds. We said early the previous one from Belgium how long 8 seconds is if you use your full allowance. And Cavelier certainly used the full 8 seconds, in fact more. Well, Butterini had a great game. Oh, good memories for the Australian players as they go to their supporters for the photos and applause. Belgium going to theirs supporters. The Belgian supporters have moved up towards the other end to watch the penalty shootout. But Cameron Joyce, who missed his shootout, comes up on the winning side, but you have to feel for Dimitri Cavelier. It was such a close call. And well, I think we're almost ready for player of the match. The bandstand just waiting. And I think we're now ready. Let's go for the post-match with Divine Sen.
Yes, welcome to the post-match presentation of this particular game. It's the 1997 champions Australia who get on through it. Well, in the presentation party alongside me is David Collier, who's of course tournament director, and he'll present the Hero Man of the Match trophy and a cash prize for 12,000 rupees to Andrew Butterini of Australia. Andrew, coming on only as a substitute, so a bit like a appearance, a cameo in a superhero movie.
Yeah, definitely. It's good to come out and win it on one-on-one. So, yeah, it's definitely good.
Well, of course, your older brother has played for the senior side as well, and this must be a good boost for you as well moving forward, hoping to earn the stripes for the senior side as well.
Yeah, definitely. All us boys are pushing for senior spots, so definitely good to come over here and play a good tournament and, yeah, strive for that next step.
Just some final thoughts. Of course, you would have loved to have won, but still fifth is better than anything lower than that.
Yeah, definitely. All the boys were a bit disappointed in the loss against Germany, but they're a quality side, and it's just good to come away with only one loss and come fifth, I guess.
Well done for an exciting finish, and all the best for the future.
Thank you very much.
Well, congratulations to to the keeper there, Andrew Butterini, who had a good penalty shootout and picks up the hero player of the match. Okay, let's have a look at how the final day of play looks here at the Hero Junior World Cup. Korea have lost to New Zealand by 4-2. Belgium, well, 2-2 after full time. They've gone down 3-2 in the shootout. Next up, it's third and fourth place Malaysia taking on the Netherlands. And then it's the big one, the final, France against Germany. Let us know your thoughts, as always, on social media, facebook.com/FI Hockey and Twitter @FIH_hockey using the hashtag HJWC. Well, we've had one shootout on the final day of competition. Will we have many more? Well, we've only got 2 more games. I hope you will join us for both of those. It's Malaysia up against the Netherlands next, then it's Germany against France. We hope to see you for both of those very shortly. Bye-bye.